Okay, so we have performed our coordination, brought all three models into the one file. So it is now a combined multidiscipline model. We also have performed, added our tests. So we've got our clash in there. In this one I have the hard clash. So we've got the framing, you see here, framing versus mechanical, framing versus ducting. And again, if we just add the test, we could do a clearance clash for the columns versus doors. Once all your tests are created, what we want to look at then is go to the reports, so we can see the results. We have all the views and all the statuses. At the report, what the BEP says is any 3D model files that we created. So whenever we share a Revit file, it's native and IFC. But if it's a federated model, in this case it is, then it's an NWD file. So let's go straight away to Navisworks and we'll just save it. So we'll just save it in here into the federation examples where we're working from. By default it's set up to NWF, so we need to notice the BEP does ask quite specifically for an NWD file, only an NWD file. So we'll change it to NWD and then name it. So it was Worldskills UK 19. We have NCL. It is only the volume ones and it's all levels. It is a combined multidiscipline model, and then we'll save that as generic and then 0001. Now you'll notice that's popping up as a naming because I've already provided in the file, I've kind of gone through that and provided that for you already in the example file, so it's just picking up on the name for it. But the project number, WSUK19, and NCL being the originator, volume 1, so each of them are volume 1, structural, mechanical, architectural, all levels, and this combined multidiscipline model comes from the standards. So here we've got 19650 part 2. And if we look down, we have, we usually use the M3 model, but because this is a combined multidiscipline model, there you'll see it in the list, then we'll use CM. The other that we're going to see in a little minute is clash rendition, which is CR, and we'll see that from the BEP in just a wee second. But let's just say combined model as the file description, save. So that saves just the actual model itself, and it has all the clash, all the tests already saved within that as well. But we also have an information, if you like, we've got to kind of share the information for that. So again, within the BEP, it says this time that's going to be called a clash rendition, and it's looking for HTML tablature. In the instructions I would give you, it would also indicate that this is to be separate. So if we go to here, we've got the reports. So you did your test, you did your selecting and your results up here. What we want to do is actually send all that out and just share it. So report type, and we will always use in the class examples all tests separate, and referring back to the BEP HTML tablature, tabular. So let's go back, HTML tabular, and then we can say write the report. So where do you want this to be saved? Desktop, Federation Examples, and that's us done. So let's go and have a look. So we can go Desktop, Federation Examples, and there's the NWD file, that Navisworks model. So it's Navisworks document, and here's the report. So you have to be very careful, wherever you put these files, keep both of them together. Don't put the HTML file within here. What it's doing is, if I open up this file, you'll see, alright, so there's no clashes on that one. That was just the wee default one I'd made at the end. But this one does. There's the view that I had. It was a hard clash, and it'll look at your tolerances and it tells you what clashes there were. But when I open this HTML file, it's finding within the folder the links to all the images that we need. Okay, so what we've got to do is keep all these in the same file path. So if I were to make a new folder here, then I would need to add them like that to the folder. Don't move these within these folders that are here. What I'm going to do is to share them, what we need to do is actually group them together. So we'll say compressed file, and then we need to name that. So again, it's WSUK19 NCL, it is volume 1, all levels, and this time it's a clash rendition. So you need to keep an eye on, we've got a combined model itself, but we have a clash rendition. One of the things I'm just looking at there, WSUK19, NCL, Z1, ZZ, CM, and these are all exactly the same. This is within Revit. This was a file I had created for you. So what we'd need to do with this one is just change the number to 0002, but in reality that file won't be there when you're naming it. This is just a file I'm putting in here to share with you. So CR0001, because there's nothing else called, again this file path, if you like, it's clash rendition, it's for generic 0001 and underscore, and it just says clash report. So within that zipped file, we've got everything we need. Therefore we don't need them here, we'll just tidy it up. Okay, so again, what we're looking to then share would be the Navisworks document and the zipped file, which is the clash report.